everybody, it's Cindy here, and today our creative experience is going to be working on my Flippy Floppy journal. We're going to do a layout, and I have it marked back here, which is this one right here, but I'm going to spread it out a little bit, all right, so that I can just work on this one area right here, this layout. I'm going to set that up like that. Maybe I can get the whole thing up. Okay, there we go. So we're going to be working on these two pages. I'm going to take this off, and I've pulled out a couple of things. So I have this laid out for this side over here, and what we're going to do is I have this thin piece of cardstock that I'm going to make a little tuck spot for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to the side. Okay, and then I told you guys I use my ugly scrapbook paper for my backings on a lot of stuff and for my glue sheets when I don't have any book pages. So I'm going to use my glue stick here and get some good glue on there. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to put it about 1/2 inch from this end. Oh, maybe not. I was wrong. I'd cut it to about 12 inches. And what we're going to end up doing is we are putting it right up to the edge there. Okay, right up to the edge, just like that. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up taking my scoring tool here, putting it at 1/2 inch, score there, and then I'm going to score this right along that line. And what I'm doing is I'm making it's a tuck spot, but it's almost a little pocket, okay? And this way, if I have a thicker tag or if I want to put multiple tags in there, I can. So I'm going to fold on those lines that I scored. Okay, and this should fold right up along there. Okay, just like that. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to cut off this little triangle here, and that helps it fold flatter into your journal. Okay, I'm cutting off those corner pieces. Okay, and I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I'm going to really crease those good so it lays nice and flat when I put it in there. All right. And I'm going to bring back my journal here. And I'm going to take my glue and I like using liquid glue to adhere pockets and stuff because it's just stronger. And I'm using my craft mono because that's what I have. A lot of junk journals makers are using art glitter glue, and I'm sure I will get some of that once I end up using all this out. All right, so it's still a little long, so I'm going to unfold this, and I'm going to fold it down about 1/2 inch more. It's called winging it, guys. I'm going to cut a little bit more off here. And I think that got it. Yep, and that gets it right to where it needs to be. So I'm going to get it right to this page here. Up against, I'm going to butt it up against the edge there. You know, and it never goes down smooth when you're filming or when you're showing somebody how to do it. Have some nice washi tape on the back. Yeah, I think that's Amity Bloom's stuff. She's having a sale on washi tape again on the 15th. So if you don't have any and you want some, now is really the time to get some, or the 15th, and it goes fast. So make sure you're there early to get the best selection. I'll probably get a few more rolls. Last time was the first time I bought some, and I really, really like it. So, okay, so now I have this cute little tuck spot, and I'm going to go like this and make sure I can get in there. Okay. There we go. I think what I'm going to do, at least to start with, is I'm going to stick this cute card in there. I'm not going to embellish it right now. I'm going to go over to this page, and I'm going to make a hidden paper clip for this page. So let me get this out of the way. Okay. Over to the side. And then I have scrap, and I have some mini tags, and then I have two little things to make a pocket with. Okay, so this actually is from Pink Monarch Prints. I don't know what kit it was from, but she had some in there. So it's a hidden paper clip, and it's kind of like a dummy one, so you can figure it out. So you put your paper clip on there like that. I have a scrap that I'm going to cover it with, so it covers my paper clip. All right, let's see. That side, I think this side might be a little longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue here, just like that. Okay. And I'm going to center that on there. Okay. Just like that. All right, and then I'm going to take my ink here, and I'm going to ink my edges a little bit, just to give it a little dimension. I'm going to do that on both sides, because you're going to see it on both sides. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to put itty bitty pockets on here. Actually, I think I'm going to go get my hole punch. I'll be right back. I have my 3/4 inch punch. I'm going to put it in upside down like this. Center it, okay? Like that. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Center it like that. Okay. Then I'm going to ink this a little bit here. Let's do the same thing on this one. Make sure I get in that little notched area so it really stands out. All right. And I am going to put a little bit glue on the edges here, really light, just like that. I'm going to glue it down. And I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And then not only do I have a hidden paper clip, I am going to have two little tuck spots. And these are also from Pink Monarch Blooms, a kit. So those will go in there. So then I'll bring my book back, and what I'll do is I will end up putting that right there, down and there. Now all I need to do is embellish a little bit. I will do that and then come back and show you what I did. All right. Okay, so I've grabbed a few things to make pretty stuff with. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this lace on this tuck spot here, and to do that I have some Fabri-Tac here. It's been laying on its side, so I shouldn't have to shake too hard to get to it. It's time to get some more, so I'm going to do that. Well, here I told you I shouldn't have to shake it too much, but I'm having to shake it more than I thought I would. Okay, a little goes a long way with this stuff. All right, I'm going to put the lid back on it because it expands. And I'm going to start at one end, just like this. I'm going to put that bottom edge of my lace down like that, so it kind of sticks over the top edge of my pocket here. And I'm going to pat it down with my scissors. These scissors are Teflon plated, so it doesn't stick to them as bad as it sticks to like your fingers. Okay. And then I can cut this off up here. And I'll hold on to that. I'll put it in my scrap bucket. I found a little word that I want to put on here. I'm going to ink the edges. Just like that. And on this, I'm going to use, I normally, if I'm sticking paper to paper, I just use my glue stick, but since this is going to go up over that lace, I'm using my mono glue because it just adheres better onto the fabric. All right. And then what I have here is I have my tag that's going to go in here, my card. I'll probably end up putting it up here, but let me move this out of the way here. All right. I'm going to take my tag. I found this little scrap in my scrap drawer. Gonna get some more ink. Oh, it's really dark. Sorry guys. It's not exactly what I was expecting. But hey, there's no mistakes. I'm gonna grab my glue sheet here. This glue sheet, by the way, will end up being collaged on and turned into tags, and then the back of it will be covered with probably a shopping bag, a brown paper bag. So I'm going to put this here just like that. All right, and I have some washi tape. Again, it's Amity Blooms ones, so I think I want it like, do I want it like that? I think I want it like that, so I'm going to cut it right here, because if I tried to tear it, you know it wouldn't tear straight. And then what I'm going to do, because sometimes washi tape isn't super sticky, I like to run it over my glue stick to give it a little extra staying power. And to me, this is the easiest way I've found to do it. Just kind of put my thumb on top of it and work it through. I don't have my glue stick pulled up too much. And I'm gonna start at the top here. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do this because I wanna see that 16 up there. I think that's card number 16, just like that. All the way down. And you know what? We'll see how straight I am. I told y'all last time I'm always wonky. I think I'm gonna run this up the back like that. But you still have space to write here on the back. All right. And now that I have it like that, I have this sticker, and I think I'm going to end up putting the sticker like right here. Over here, I believe. Stickers to me are just, they're kind of easy, or die cuts. This one's not going to be easy because I'm trying to get it off, and you know, it's not going to help. Let's see if I can get it off backwards. Oh, yes. Because it's going the other direction. All right, I'm going to put it like that. 2 plus 0. All right. And then while I'm sitting here, I'm going to add a little ink on the edges to age it up a bit. Okay. You know what? I can do this. And I'm going to get my stapler. I used to have a tiny attacher, and I don't know what I did with it. I think I got rid of it a long time ago when I started selling. I was a pusher for stamp brands. So, you know, you use what you sell or whatever. So I think I got rid of it, and now I just have my regular stapler, which works fine. All right, so I'm gonna put that in there. It's kind of matchy-matchy, but that's okay. All right, and on this one, I have this cigar wrapper that my friend Brenda gave me at a retreat. So I am going to, once again, run this, through my I'm going to put that like that. Okay. And then I will cut off that extra. Just like that. And I think I'm going to get another sticker and put on here. So I'm rummaging in my little sticker die cut bin right here. This is what I'm rummaging through. Will that show up on it? Yeah. Let's see, what else can I find? Oh, that one's kind of pretty. Oh, I kind of like that. What do y'all think of that one? I think that'll do it. I'll have to trim some off, but it'll work. Okay, this one's not going to come off either. I keep my nails short because my fingernails are always in glue and ink and everything. I don't know how those ladies do crafts with long nails. I wish I was that kind of a crafter, but I'm not. I'm a messy crafter. I can't keep pretty nails. And then of course, you know, I go and dig in the dirt, so that doesn't help my nails stay pretty either. All right, I want to put something up here. So let me grab, I have another box full of little bits, and I'm digging through that. See what I can find to put up there. Want some numbers up there? Yeah, maybe some numbers. I didn't do a very good job of trimming that. I have a shoebox full of small tidbits and medium tidbits, all kinds of tidbits. I just have tidbits. And then I have another shoebox, like if a kit comes with tags that I don't use, if they're just normal tags, I go ahead and I put them in that shoebox. I have one with envelopes in it from leftover kits. I do like separate flowers and stuff out, and I separate people and faces, because you'll know I like to use lots of like yearbook faces and stuff. Look in my little bitty tidbit. I have ration tickets. Should I put that there? I don't know, I don't like that. That doesn't tell a story. It's not the right thing. Do I need a number? I got numbers up there. I probably don't need another number. Or that's not the right number. What about this one? Nope, that's definitely not the right number. Just digging away here, guys. Oh, do we need a word? Beautiful. No, that's not right either. I'm gonna leave it for now. Who knows, when you see it on the flip through, it might have something there. And then I will end up putting something under this paper. Let's see. You know what? I can show you. So I can cut about let's see, 3 inches off of this glue sheet. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut 3 inches off of my glue sheet. Just like that. And we'll end up making it into a tag for that page. All right. So let me go gather the stuff for that, and then I'll be back for that one. Okay, I'm back, and I have a few things here to play with. So I'm going to use my glue stick here. I'm going to put some glue down on this side here. Okay. And I'm going to put that down there. All right. And then I have this ledger sheet, which will cover most of it. So I'm going to flip this over and get some glue all over it. It's pretty fragile. I'm trying to get better about using my ledgers that I have. Some of them have writing in them, some of them don't. I'm waiting for my friend Joanne and my friend Erin to come, and we are going, they're not coming until September, but we're gonna try printing on some of the, you know how you find a ledger and that's, some of them are blank, some of the pages are blank? We are gonna try printing on some of them. I haven't tried it yet. Actually, I was going to, and when I was doing it, the ledgers are larger than 8.5 by 11, and I was in a hurry, so I didn't want to cut my ledger down, so that kind of stopped that plan in the tracks. You know how that goes. I'm going to flip it over, trim, scrap drawer. Well, look at that. I didn't have to put any of that blue down. Well, silly girl. I might have to get that blue back out and put some on there. All right, let me trim her down a little bit. And she's right up in the screen. Do we want her here or over here? Or up towards the top? Probably up towards the top. I'm gonna do that, and then maybe I'll use some of that blue. I don't know, I kind of like that blue. You know what? I'm gonna do this like I did yesterday in that video. I'm gonna put some blue behind her. Okay. She's pretty. Like that. You know, yesterday after I finished filming, guys, you won't believe what I did. I had a big glass of water back here with me, and Goober me reached over and dumped that whole glass of water onto my worktop. The only casualty that I had was my paint swatches that I'd done. I always keep some in a stash drawer. All of them, or 95% of them, probably even more than that. All right. Ended up being in the garbage because they were just sopping wet. Everything else I was able to save. And then, oh, the other thing was my paper pad. So I'm down to one paper pad left, which means that I will be buying a self-healing mat. How long have I gone without one of those? Forever and a day. Just because I always worked on the paper mats from Stampin' Up! And Fun Stamper's Journey. So okay, so I have her glued down like that. Let me see, let me bring the book over here. Okay, and she is going to go in here just like that. Okay, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll just leave her like that. I kind of like that. What do y'all think? Let me know if she needs a little bit more down here or not. I kind of like her like that. I don't want to put angles on this because I don't want to lose my 66. Maybe I'll, oh, I know what I need. I need to back this, but I can do that off camera with a paper bag. I think I'm going to have to cut into a paper bag. I don't think I have any pieces that are big enough because we don't want to write on the back of that. I guess I could, but there we go. So we completed a layout today. We have a little pocket, we have a hidden paper clip, and 2 tags. I'm glad y'all stopped by, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.